itself. There's a group of people calling itself Progressive Force for South Africa, which had a press briefing in South Africa where they claimed that the former First family are actually trying to run away from justice in Zambia. Madam Speaker, these claims and the claims by many other people and actions of several other people, including some members of parliament, may hamper the amicable conclusion of this matter. It is therefore important, I think, given the importance of this funeral to the president and the Zambian people, it is important for government to state its position regarding the relationship between the funeral of former late President Edgar Lungu and the cases that are alleged to have been committed by the First family, so that the people are aware, Madam Speaker, even those who are now making claims in South Africa can become aware that this is a family which avails itself to law enforcement agencies as and when they are required. Madam, isn't it important for our Honour the Vice President to come to this House and tell the nation the government's position on the relationship between the funeral of Edgar Chagwa Lungu and the cases that have been alleged to have been committed by the First family? I seek your further direction, Madam.
Thank you very much, Honourable Member for Lunte. In your own words, you have said that there are negotiations that are ongoing, and also that there are matters still pending in court. And you brought in an organization that is based in South Africa. Will it not be prudent, Honourable Member for Lunte, that we leave matters as they are? If there are indeed negotiations that are ongoing, we leave it to the negotiations, because if Her Honour the Vice President comes to this House and starts talking about the negotiations, about the case pending in court and what, are we not going to preempt whatever is happening? Why don't we allow the parties to discuss on their own, and when they have completed those negotiations, they will come and inform us. Everybody will be notified. I believe the interest of the funeral is not for the president. You say the president has an interest in the funeral. It's not the president, it's the people of Zambia, in my understanding, that it's the people of Zambia that have an interest in the matter. So let's leave it at that. I think it's best that we leave it at that. If in the end there's an agreement, then let it be so. Thank you very much. Then why did you bring it up? Okay, sorry, that was on the sidelines. The Honourable Member for Kasanengwa.
Madam Speaker, thank you very much for this opportunity to rise on a matter of urgent public importance or urgent matter without notice. Madam Speaker, this issue is directed at, and is even looking at me, the Honourable Minister of Transport, my dear Mulamu cousin. Madam Speaker, the issue I'm raising, I sincerely seek your indulgence because it was once brought to your attention. Madam Speaker, this issue is very serious and very concerning. It concerns our national carrier. Coming from the travel and airline industry, the feedback on this airline, Madam Speaker, is not very good. 80% of the passengers who fly on this airline do not want to go back on our national carrier. They have very good competitive fares, which is attracting people. But people now are beginning to weigh between the fare and other things. Madam Speaker, a few years ago, I think 2024, 2023, you directed the Committee on Health to go around the country and do some findings on how the health sector was doing. I rise on this matter, Madam Speaker, to beseech you, maybe to ask the Committee on Transport to sit with the national airline and indeed the Ministry of Transport to find out how this airline is doing and how good it can be helped. Coming to discuss this issue here, Madam Speaker, may bring out some very sensitive issues which may not be pleasant to the market out there. But maybe if the committee looks into this issue, Madam Speaker, we can get a lot of help and see how our airline can survive. I seek your indulgence, Madam Speaker. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Honorable Member for Kasanengwa. I don't know if you were in the House in the course of this week, the Honorable Member for Chitambo, it was actually yesterday or the day before, when he was saying that it takes 4 hours to fly from Johannesburg to Lusaka or vice versa. And I was jokingly asking him, what were you carrying? So I'm sure you were in the House, and I guided accordingly. Honorable members, if we want a matter to be discussed by the committee, let's get an initiative. You also have a right, Honorable Member for Kasanengwa, to go and present a matter before the committee. So if there is justification and there is ground for that matter to be discussed by the committee, take it to the committee. In your own words, you have said if the matter is discussed on the floor of this House, certain issues which will not be good for the business will be brought out. So then why is it being brought out again? You are bringing it up on the floor of the House. First of all, it doesn't even qualify to be raised as an urgent matter without notice. Honorable Member for Kasanengwa, explore other means and ways by which this matter can be brought to the House or before the committee responsible for transport. So the matter is not admitted. The Honorable Member for Kamfisa.
Madam Speaker, I was going to direct this urgent matter to the Minister of Commerce and the Minister of Agriculture, but since they are not present, I wish to direct it to our Honour the Vice President. And Madam Speaker, this is in relation to the announcement which was made by government yesterday through the Food Reserve Agency chairperson that 1 million tons of maize will be exported into Congo. Madam Speaker, you are aware that government has yet to procure the maize that was produced under the Ministry of Agriculture through our small-scale farmers. And as arising from yesterday's announcement, Madam Speaker, there is a lot of apprehension from our small-scale farmers from different places, asking whether government is failing to buy that maize because they have plans of actually reducing the price by having that maize exported into Congo. I direct this matter to our Honour the Vice President. Madam Speaker, is she in order not to come to Parliament, assure our small-scale farmers that maize will be procured and that a decision to export maize can only be made after food security has been secured for the people of Zambia. Madam Speaker, it's an important issue and I seek your indulgence. Yesterday, the response was not provided when this matter was raised. And I think it will be a great opportunity for our Honour the Vice President just to come and assure our small-scale farmers, Madam Speaker, before we start talking about exporting 1 million tons of maize. Madam Speaker, I thank you.
Thank you very much, Honourable Member for Kafinsa. Again, yesterday, this matter was discussed on the floor of this House through the Acting Minister of Agriculture. And after the question was handled, I did give guidance to the Honourable Acting Minister of Agriculture to come back to the House on, was it Wednesday next week, with a ministerial statement. So I don't know, Honourable Members, are you always in the House when we are discussing these issues? Or you are in the House but not paying attention? Because guidance was given on that matter, and I went to length to explain after the question that was asked by the Honourable Member for Nakonde, bringing in the aspect of FISIP and the requirement that farmers should sell at least 10 bags of maize to Food Reserve Agents. So guidance was given, and the Honourable Minister indicated that he's going to come back to the House on Wednesday next week to render a ministerial statement. So those issues will be addressed, and if you have any other questions, Honourable Members, reserve them for that time, so that when the Minister gives a ministerial statement, you can also ask for clarifications. I think that's where we were yesterday. So, with that, Her Honor, the Vice President's question time.
Welcome to Infinus News, your trusted voice, both local and global. We are proudly independent, with no political affiliations and no bias. At Infinus, we don't take sides. We amplify the voices that matter. From the streets of Lusaka to the suburbs of Sydney, from Eastern Province to Western Province, from America to Austria,